Alright, hi guys. It's another Monday, and you know what that means? It's another Murderous Monday. And today, we are going to be looking into the case of serial killer Thor Nis Christiansen. Who was he? What was his early life like? And why and how did he become so evil? I will answer that and more in this video as I take you down the perspective mind of a serial killer. Date of birth of Thor Nis Christiansen. December 28th, 1957. Aliases, nicknames, nil. Characteristics, necrophilia and hitchhikers. Number of victims, 4. Date of murder, 1976 to 1979. Date of arrest, July 7th, 1979. Murder method, shooting. Crime location, Santa Barbara and Los Angeles counties, California. Status, sentenced to life imprisonment, but stabbed to death in prison March 30th, 1981. Now, background. Christiansen was born in Denmark 1957. When he was 5 years old, the family immigrated to the United States. They eventually settled in Solvang, California. Christiansen was regarded as being an ordinary child who did well in school, but that all changed when he reached the age of 16. Christensen dropped out of high school and moved out of home, finding work as an attendant at a gas station. During this time, he began to gain a lot of weight, and he went from being a slender young man to weighing around 275 pounds. It was also around this time that his thoughts began to turn dark, and that he would fantasize about killing women and sexually violating their bodies. Before long, these thoughts turned into actions and Christensen began to kill. Murders. On December 6, 1976, Christensen abducted Jacqueline Brooke, 21 years old, from a bus stop in Goleta, Santa Barbara. The very same day, Mary Saris, who was a waitress in Goleta, went missing. On January 18th, 1977, Patricia Lanny, 22, went missing from another bus stop in Goleta. Her body was discovered the next day in Refugio Canyon. 2 days later, the body of Brooke was found in the same area. On May 22nd, the body of Saris was found in Drum Canyon. On April 18th, 1979, Linda Preston, 24 years old, was hitchhiking in Hollywood when she was picked up by Christensen. They drove along for several blocks. He then pulled out a gun and fired into the car. Although he was bleeding badly, she was able to jump from his car and escape. Laura Benjamin, 23 years old, was abducted and killed by Christensen on May 26, 1979. Arrest and trial. Preston, who had survived being shot by Christensen, happened to see him in a tavern on July 11th, and she immediately called the police. He was arrested and charged with a serious assault. While he was in custody, police noticed there were similar aspects between his attack on Preston and the unsolved murder of Rook. Saris and Laney, he was subsequently charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. He was then charged with the murder of Laura Benjamin. His first trial in early 1980 was for the murder of Benjamin. Initially, he tried to plead insanity, but he changed his mind and withdrew the plea. He went to trial in June of 1980 for the murders of Rook, Saris, and Laney, and decided to plead guilty to all the charges. He was sentenced to spend his life in prison. Outcome: Christensen was murdered in prison on March 30th, 1981. He was found in the Folsom Prison exercise yard with a single stab wound to his chest. The murderer was never identified. Now, that's about it for Thor Nis Christiansen. Here is a hint for my next video. Date of birth for this guy was 1949. The characteristics of his murders: that he had visions and heard noises. Number of victims, 4. Date of arrest, January 18th, 1994. Murder method, stabbing and strangulation. Crime location, New York, California, and Mexico. Status: sentenced to 25 years, but died due to a heart attack in prison of October of 1997. Now, if you think you know who I'm talking about, please put it down in the comments below. And I always think this book, the big book of serial killers, an encyclopedia of serial killers of the 150 world's worst serial killers by Jack Rosewood and co-author Rebecca Lowe. If you like my content, then you will see another video pop up either there or there somewhere. Alright, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace.